woke up with our 5 o'clock alarm to leave Cuttyhunk today to head for Mystic. We knew that today was going to be, we were going to be pushing it just a little bit, mostly because there's kind of a stalled low front over the area that is causing like a lot of like unsettled squally weather today. We knew that we would be making the decision basically based off of this morning when we first got up, what the radar looked like, what the updated forecasts that happened at 3 and 4:30 looked like, and it's a no-go. So it's a bit disappointing. The reason we were even considering pushing it is because we were on a bit of a timeline, trying to get to Maryland, and the East River is closing because of the UN General Assembly. We're on to plan, like, I don't know, D at this point. So I guess we're going to explore Cuttyhunk a little bit more over the next couple days, because there's a tropical system out to sea that's going to cause some pretty decent sized swell the next couple days. We may decide to go on Sunday, but it's looking like Monday's probably our best bet right now. And that means that we're here for probably 4 or 5 days, unless we decide to try to get over to Martha's Vineyard or something, but I doubt it. I think we'll probably just stay here. I think we're tired and we've got plenty of work to do.
So this morning, the thunderstorm came through and we spun 180 degrees around from where we were. And we've started dragging. We probably drug 50 feet or something like that. So I came back up here, check it out. We were able to reset the anchor using the engine. There's a whole bunch of grass on the bottom of this anchorage, and I bet it came out and it was dragging through the grass, and then power setting it caused it to actually plunge into the mud below the grass. I probably had a bunch of weed wrapped around it, but it's set now. I backed down on it at like 2,500 RPM. But we'll set the anchor on again and keep an eye on it. This is the first one we've ever dragged with this anchor.
And we say some really sketchy places with some seriously high currents and wind versus currents.
Reversing and stuff, so.
And a lot of reversing. This is the very first time it's ever not set, so.
For this last week or so, the anchor dragged when the dragged. The anchor dragged when the wind reversed during a thunderstorm in the morning. This is like the first time this has ever happened to us, so we thought it was just like weeds or something like that because we backed down on it harder and it's set. And pulling the anchor up, I found this. It's really gross. This plastic bag wrapped around the tip of the anchor. So that's what prevented it from resetting properly.
So not the anchor's fault at all.
Not the anchor's fault. It's Cuttyhunk's fault.
So this is a good one of those trust your gut kind of things, which we did this morning. We were supposed to leave this anchorage at like 6 o'clock this morning and head for Mystic, Connecticut. But when we got up, the radar looked really rough, and we decided that we were just not going to go today because the threat for squalls, exactly like we're experiencing right now, was too high. You know, there was a chance that it kind of blew through and it was no big deal, and we saw like 20 knot winds for just a few minutes and that was it. But we've had sustained winds at like 20 knots, a little bit higher than that. There's a marine warning out right now that this particular system is spouting out water spouts too, so just glad we didn't leave. This is one of those things where like it's okay to have a plan, but you have to be flexible with that plan, and when you're on a time schedule, you have to be able to put safety first. The schedule never comes first. It's likely that we won't make the wedding we were supposed to go to now, but we're in safe harbor right now, and I'm glad we made the choice we did, so.
It took 2 days, but the weather finally cleared up enough for us to explore the island. First, we decided to hike to the World War II base end stations at the top of the island. These stations were used to spot enemy ships trying to enter Buzzards Bay, and we can see why. The views are absolutely stunning. Cuttyhunk is an island just shy of 1 square mile located on the southernmost end of Elizabeth Island chain in Massachusetts. It has roughly 10 year-round residents, but during the summer is a popular spot for vacationers and boaters. Since we arrived after Labor Day, the town was a bit sleepier and less crowded, which we always love. few extra days on an island with limited services meant we were running really low on food, especially bread. So I decided to try to make tortillas for the first time. It went surprisingly well for a first attempt. Next time, we leave Cuttyhunk and head for Long Island Sound.